Hey, welcome back to the Workbench, everybody. David here at Scale Models Midwest. Glad to have you with us. Wanted to give you a quick little update this Saturday evening. Give you the update. This is my reveal of the AMT 67 Mustang GT Fastback. Really cool kit. Turned out really nice. Didn't have any issues with it. Model builds up nicely. I decided to go with the black GT lower body stripe. And everything else I ended up painting in a Tamiya rattle can TS44 Brilliant Blue. I have two mist coats, medium heavy and a heavy wet coat. And then the clear, I did Tamiya TS13. Again, two light mists, medium heavy and a heavy coat. Polished out with 3200, 4000, 6000, and 8000 grit polishing cloths. And like I said, it turned out really well. The interior, traditionally I like white interiors. So as you see here, try and get a little closer to it. I do have white interior. Unfortunately, as I was putting this together, I had one spot that I did not fully paint. So, you know, it is what it is. But still, I think it turned out rather nicely. I researched the web and did an interior that didn't have a lot of chrome on it. It was white. It had little chrome sides for the seats. The console was painted black with the chrome accents, and then nice little setup for the interior. Again, this built up really nice. I left the rear valance off until final assembly, and it just went together perfectly. There's kind of like little ridges to glue them on, so I had no problem with that. Putting the kit together, finishing the chassis in, and as far as the engine, real sharp. Tried to match the Ford blue for the engine block, and just very basic paint detail. Pretty much the same for the underneath as well. You know, just basic paint detailing. A little bit of weathering. I was hoping to get the rear to sit a little higher than it does, as you can see here, but it does sit level. It is a roller, so bonus points for that. Right now, I've got a couple other kits in mind. I'll show you what I'm getting ready to work on. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, if you're looking at building this kit, I can't recommend it enough. It has a couple of idiosyncrasies. I had to trim the window just a little bit to make sure it fit proper, and it's just a little off, but it's not that noticeable. Definitely take your time. You might have to drill out the front bumper holes as well as the rear bumper holes to get the bumper to fit. And of course, it has its usual fiddly bits. Those two little backup lamps fell into my mat down here. It's a carpet, and I had to search for those things not once, not twice, but 3 times before I found them. So again, it's a sharp kit. I like it. I hope you like it too. This one's going to look really good on the shelf. My daughter still doesn't want to give up the street machine yet, so once she has, she'll probably put this on her shelf for a bit, and that's quite all right, because it's inspiring her to want to build something, but it's not a car. I'll show you what she wants me to start building. We're actually going to start doing that tomorrow. So let me go on ahead and throw this on the table and show you what we got. Okay, so obviously I just showed you one of my entries for the Mustang 60 group build, and I've got other ones for the Mustang 60 group build by Scale Speedworks, but there are a ton of other group builds going on right now. I'm going to be checking out the videos and seeing which ones I really want to get into. I wanted to kind of venture away for just a bit on some group builds and go after a couple of ones that have been sitting on my on-deck table just wanting to be built. 1 by my daughter and 3 by me. First one, if you remember a number of videos back, I robbed the 460 engine and transmission out of a truck to build the Sudden Death Mustang that a lot of people really liked, and I still like it so much that it's got a place of honor on my table, so I can use it as inspiration while I'm building other kits. So the engine came from this kit. It came from AMT's Firestone 78 Ford 4x4. My dad used to own a truck like this, except it wasn't a 4x4. and it didn't have a 460. He told me long back when I was learning how to drive with the truck that he did end up buying, is that he bought his first ever brand new pickup, 77 Ford F100 Ranger. He said he just couldn't see swinging the extra $20 a month to get a 460 and a four-wheel drive, which is what he really wanted. But for, gosh, nearly 20 years, that truck that he did buy, candy apple red Ford, little camper top on the back, CB radio in the interior, that was a dependable truck. And that thing, when it was still running, Dad sold it to a friend of his, I think did plumbing work. I liked that truck. I learned how to drive in it. I like this style of Ford, so I'm going to build it, but obviously with no engine in it, I'm going to start pre-building it. I got to get the parts washed. Tomorrow I'll start putting it together, pre-assembly, some primer and whatnot. I'm going to go over to Iceman and see what he's got on a website that I can put in this kit. So stay tuned. Second kit is this one. Now, say what you will about Denny Hamlin. I think he's a good driver. I like him. Does a good job. Honestly, I also have to be honest, I think Tyler Reddick's doing a better job. But still, I'm going to build this car. I've got a Camaro. I got a Mustang. I'm at a Toyota. I bought a number of these kits. Him, Martin Truex Jr. Got a couple spares. I'd really like to build one of Tyler Reddick and one of Bubba Wallace. So I've got extras. I just can't seem to find a decal set for Bubba Wallace's car. I'd like to find, preferably, the Dr. Pepper one. But if I can't, I find one from McDonald's, I'll do that one just the same. So leave a comment in the description if you know of any place that has those kind of decal sets. I think Mike's has at least Tyler Reddick's 45. I'm going to check him out. But still, this one, get the paints in the, or the parts in the wash, get them cleaned up, dried off. I'm going to start building this one, so be looking out for this kit too. Next, this is the one I picked up from the hobby shop up in Ames, and I have to go back up there because there are a couple of kits that are sitting on his back shelf that I want. I've been up there twice already. They haven't sold. I want them. I'm not going to say what they are because if you're in central Iowa around Ames area and you run up there, you're going to buy them and then I'm going to be sad. I'm going to build the Lotus. I mean, I'm excited. And just that body. I mean, it's dang near perfectly painted. So how can you not build this kit? So it's mostly painted. Some of the detail pieces I just have to detail paint, but this one should go together fairly quickly. I'm not going to wire it, not going to put any engine detail on. I'm just going to put it together just as it is. It's not a super rare kit that I know of because I was over at my local hobby shop, Hobby Haven, and they had one of these on the shelf for I think 35 or 40 bucks. So they're out there. So it's not one that I'm worried about not building. And really, seriously, I've got older kits. I'm not worried about building them either. I'm going to build old kits and new kits. That's what they're there for. Build them. I mean, people are paying good money for old kits, not because of the kit probably, but because of the box art. So I'm okay with that. But the last kit, this is the one my daughter and I are going to start working on tomorrow. She's wanting to get into building this kit because she just likes Bandai kits and Gunplay kits, and this is it. This is a Big Tony from some kind of series called Sakugan. Not sure, but I was kind of hoping she was going to look at the Yamato from Star Blazers. That was one of my favorites. We also looked at, we were at the hobby shop, and I saw a Viper Series 2, but from Battlestar Galactica. But for $80, $90, I was like, it's just a little too rich for me. I would love to find one of those kits and build it. That, believe it or not, I liked it almost as much as I liked the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing Fighter from Star Wars. But still, my daughter wants me to start building this with her. So tomorrow, we're going to start putting it together. And we're just going to have some fun doing it. So, yeah, I got plenty of stuff on the workbench. I hope you got plenty of stuff on your workbench, too. And with that, I'm going to leave you with some pictures from Terry Adams. He sent me some more work in progress, and finally some final pictures. I think you're going to be blown away with the final that he had of his Ferrari 250 GTO. This thing is sick. I personally have nicknamed it Enzanity, kind of like after Enzo Ferrari, and the fact that this thing is just absolutely insane. Pro stock, huge scoop. You've seen some of the pictures. Wait till you see the final. I'm going to leave you with that. Keep building the cool kits, and we will see you in the next video. First of all, I wanted to show you what Terry normally does. He normally builds slot car bodies. As you see here, he's got a 64 Nova 2 wagon or Chevy 2 wagon, a red GTO, and a really cool looking blue Thames delivery. But then there's that primer black GTO mocked up that he's been building on. And of course, my shop cards in the background. If you want some shop cards, my email is in the description. Let me know if you'd like some. I'll be glad to send them out to you as well. These are some great builds, Terry. Keep them up. So now we get on to the Enzo or Enzanity 250 GTO that he's been building. This chassis is just really well done. Look at the detail on this thing. It is just phenomenal. And of course, you got that 3/4 view of this car. Always a beautiful sight to see. Ferraris of this era have always been good looking cars. Then you see the front 3/4 view and then the final view. Look at that V12 with the blower. I mean, this thing is just phenomenal. This is the kind of build that I aspire to someday be on the same level. I mean, this is just great kit building, a lot of scratch building, and it just goes to show in his paint work, just phenomenal. Terry, as always, thank you for sending me these pictures. I love seeing them. I love being inspired by them. I hope you are too, those who are viewing my video. And of course, if you want to share your pictures with me, send me via email the pictures that you'd like to share. I'll be more than happy to post them on future videos. I love doing that because it inspires me to build really cool kits, just like what Terry and Larry and Chris Turkov have done for me as well. They've inspired me to build better kits, and I hope what we do here inspires you. So with that, again, have a great day. Keep building the cool kits, and we'll see you in the next video.